Welcome into 5-Day Crypto. My name is Chase. I'm a level 1 CMT and full-time trader. Today we're going to look at AGIX on the weekly chart to start us off. Then we'll zoom in to the daily and focus on the lower time frame. And then also we're going to look at the Fibonacci extension to look how high we could possibly go with AGIX and why the hell do we have two Fibonacci's on here. I'm glad you asked. We'll get right to it. If you want more content and access to our private Telegram alerts group where we talk about altcoins all the time, we got into AGIX early there. A lot of these, right? All these coins and more, talking about DXY, Bitcoin dominance, everything in between, cats and dogs living together. If you want access to that fun group, it's through Patreon. You can find that link below. And if you have any questions or issues, send me a message. I'm happy to help. All right, let's get right to it. Weekly AGIX Fib extension from our swing high in February 2023 to our swing low, August of 2023. Our next target on the local spot is 163 at the 1618. We almost got there. So if we reach a little bit higher, maybe we tag that before more of a downside, right? We'll see how Bitcoin does over the next couple of hours to days. Going into the weekly close, I put out a Bitcoin video a couple hours ago, so go check that out if you want more info on Bitcoin. From our current spot, how high do we have to go to that 1618? It's a 40% move higher. How about to the low side? If we go back down to the 1, to the 66, right? We've done that the previous 2 weeks, so it could happen. That is an additional 40% down. The previous 2 weeks, we've definitely hit that. The low of 59 cents 2 weeks ago and 62 cents last week. However, right, the EMA 8 is usually a good spot to do that. As of right now, 30% further downside. Is that likely? I don't know. It depends on what Bitcoin does. However, right, one of the better performing AI coins, right, Singularity. That's this one, also known as AGIX. I like AGIX better. A little bit shorter pronunciation. So to the high side again, right, downside, you're buying on the 1 or the EMA 8, whichever's first, dollar cost averaging, not all in or all out. That's the general consensus. So 2618, next target, around $7. How high do we have to get to that target? Well, we're looking at over 5x, right? Almost 6x. 500% move is a 6x. And yeah, that's absolutely doable. And beyond that, we have the 3618, $30. Now we're starting to get a little scrappy here, right? So a 2,500% move from current prices. Is that possible? Perhaps. We're looking at considerable amount of money here, right? We're getting into probably over $40 billion from current market cap. If we get to there, possible, but is that likely? I don't know. And also, that is the same reason why we're using two here, right? We have our local swing high to swing low and our macro from our all-time high, previous all-time high to previous all-time low, right? We have the 1618 at 419. So you want to be aware of all these levels as we pass them, right? We have, right, the 1618 first, but then the 1618 macro at 419. And also, by the way, Fibonacci are areas of interest at best, right? You don't want to take these to the bank, right? Just areas of interest. If we consolidate there, you don't have to wonder why, right? If you want to take some profit here, 10%, 20% at these levels, right? That's kind of what they're for. It's not like I'm going all out or all in once we hit whatever fib scale, right? And that's not how to do it. Okay, so why did I make two? That's why. $82, not likely. Market cap would be off the charts. Not that it's impossible, but you're looking at, you're flirting with $100 billion plus market cap at that point. And not only that, but look at the bottom, from the bottom to the top here. If we were to go that high, I mean, you're looking at 243,000%. You should be laughing a little bit. We don't do that. Very unlikely. Not impossible, but very unlikely. So even from the bottom to the 1618, it's still almost 12,000%. Keep those numbers in mind. To the 2618 over here is 20,000% from the bottom. Not on several coins did that last cycle, right? It's not impossible. This one, now we're starting to get 90,000% to like the 3,000 to the 3618. Okay, now we're starting to get a little sketchy, right? Those should start making sense. So when you see these price targets thrown out by all the moon boys that'll be coming shortly in the next year, right? If they say like, AGIX is going to $150 this cycle, right? Probably not, right? You probably just unsubscribe from those people and come on back here. We'll do a little reality check for you. Okay, we keep it real. Unbiased as possible. I don't care what I'm in or what you're in. I try to look at the charts as unbiased. That's why I created my channel years ago, to combat all the moon boys that are trying to get your ass wrecked, right? They're just trying to get views, right? I'm trying to keep you informed, so even one of you saves your money more than I did, right? I've made a lot of mistakes over the past 7 years I've been in crypto. I'm narrating that and giving you the Cliff's Notes version. For those of you that don't know what books are anymore, that used to be a thing. So there we are. We'll get back on track here momentarily. AGIX on the macro fib and the buy levels for the weekly. Now let's zoom quick check up from the neck up for the daily chart. Looking good here, right? Any kind of move down is quickly bought up, right? You can tell by these lower long tails, and no closes below the EMA 21, which is a good sign as well. So 102 as of this week for AGIX. If we go back down there, we just did it a couple hours ago. If we have another shot at it, anywhere around $1, especially if you can get under $1, that would be kind of a rock star buy, in my opinion. I will certainly be buying under $1 if we're lucky enough to get there. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, we're already down from the top. I mean, we already went down 27% with that high to low wick. Current prices, we're still down 20% from the highs, right? What are you waiting on, right? If you're a believer in these projects and you think they're going to be higher in 6 months from now, 3 months from now, a year from now, then a 20% should be a no-brainer, right? Yeah, I thought so too. All right, so red days are for buying. Green days are for selling. If you're up 10%, might as well take some off the top. If you're down 10%, might as well add to your position. Long-term approach works best, and not focusing on the 4-minute chart and driving yourself nuts. So we try to combat that in our Telegram group. That's what it's for. It's to keep everyone level-headed. No FOMO, no panic, right? Just keep everything well informed. Consider joining that. Check it out. Listed below. Let's get to our quote of the day. Have a good Friday. The wise man sees in the misfortune of others what he should avoid. Like we just said, stop losing. Follow the guys that lose and don't do that. All right, car of the day. Porsche 911 GT1 race car on a golf course. Pretty rare to see. What was that car? Let's go take a look at it. What was in the back? Maybe a Bentley. I don't know. I can't tell. We're not zooming in. You've lost it. We're too far past. I don't know what this is. Is that a parachute or an exhaust? Let's focus on the card hand. Let's just zoom in here, right? There we go. That's better. Porsche 911 GT1 race car. Amazing. Looks good. It looks better on a golf course. There's your sign. Try to scan it. If you're interested, you can try to scan that. See what it does. I have no idea. Haven't looked at it. Didn't care. I was just dumbfounded looking at this car. Real life. You could like jump over it. It's like 3 feet tall. Much of these hypercars and race cars are very short in real person if you've never seen one. That's it. Happy Friday. AGIX wrapped up in a nutshell. Hopefully you liked it. What other coins you want to see next? Let me know below. We'll do some more next week. Have a great weekend. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. That's a very short list.